What does the cow say? What does the train say? And what does the bird say? The cow is in the barn. It goes moo, moo, moo. The train is on the track. It goes choo, choo, choo. The bird is in the tree. It goes tweet, tweet. All are saying Modeh ani lefanecha melech chai v'kayam shehechazartavi nishmati v'chelara ba'emunatecha. I wonder if you guys have as many sillies in you as Kayla does this week, because I don't know if that's even possible. But let's all take out our Shabbos angels.
1 second.
The Shabbos angels are peeking through my window. Emma's lighting candles, but no one's got to show. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom to every one of you. Good Shabbos, everyone. Let's make some special challah for this week's Shabbos. Let's mix the sticky batter. Watch it rise and grow. Time to do a mitzvah and pinch off a piece of dough. Braid and braid your challah as neatly as you're able. Slide it in the oven, then on the Shabbos table.
We forgot to say the bracha.
I know, but we didn't eat it yet, so we're okay.
Yeah.
We are getting excited, not just for Shabbat, but for the Chagim. Kayla, can you tell everyone what is the next holiday that's coming up?
The head of the year.
The head of the year. Can you tell them what it's called in Hebrew?
Rosh Hashanah.
Rosh Hashanah.
And then the next holiday is my birthday.
And then after Rosh Hashanah and before Yom Kippur, it is Kayla's birthday. So let's all sing a special song, not for Kayla's birthday, but for Rosh Hashanah. Can everyone grab their apples? Dip the apple in the honey, make a bracha loud and clear. Shana Tova Umetuka, may you have a sweet new year. Father, mother, sister, brother, gather round the table here. Shana Tova Umetuka, may you have a sweet new year. Great singing, everyone. Now let's go to Rabbi Scher, who can tell us a little bit about this week's Parsha.
Hi everyone, I'm sorry it's so dark. I'm just in my car. I just wanted to make sure to get this out tonight, and I just came out of Ma'ariv. I just came out of davening in shul. This week's Parsha, this week's Torah portion is Parshat Shoftim, and one of the things, there are so many wonderful things in this week's Parsha, but one of them is all about taking care of our environment. It's about not wasting any of God's precious creations, and that could be the trees, and that can be animals, and that can be our fellow human beings. It's taking care of everything that we see around us and making sure that it's here for our children and our grandchildren, for all generations. That's one of the many things we learn in this week's Parsha. Shabbat Shalom. I'll miss you at shul. Please give me a virtual high five or handshake when you're saying Adon Olam, and take good care. I'll see you soon.
Thank you so much, Rabbi Scher. And we have a special Rosh Hashanah book to read to you this week. Kayla, do you want to tell them what's this week's book called?
Engineer Honey and the Rosh Hashanah Ride.
That's right. And strap yourselves in because we're going to take a fun train ride with Engineer Ari.
1 second, you got my buckle.
Engineer Ari and the Rosh Hashanah Ride. Engineer Ari walked proudly into the railway station in the port city of Jaffa. The year was 1892. The workers had finished the tracks just in time for Rosh Hashanah. A new year, a new railway, thought Engineer Ari, and I've been chosen to drive the first train from Jaffa to Jerusalem. He patted the train's boiler. "Are you ready?" he asked. You and I are going to deliver Rosh Hashanah treats to the children in Jerusalem. Ari's engineer friends, Jesse and Nathaniel, stood nearby. Look at the crowds who came to see me off, Ari boasted to them. Nathaniel sulked because he hadn't been chosen. Jesse grumbled, Ari thinks he's so important. We can't all be first, Ari bragged. He told himself not to worry about Jesse and Nathaniel. Engineer Ari climbed into the train's cab. He tugged the whistle cord. Toot, toot! The switchman gave the signal. The crowd cheered and clapped. Engineer Ari pulled back the throttle and the train steamed out of the station. He forgot to say goodbye to Jesse and Nathaniel. The train chug-a-lugged past cypress trees and orange groves. Children waved as the train went by. The train hissed slowly into the first station. A girl hurried out of the crowd carrying a basket. Please bring these apples to Jerusalem for a sweet new year, she said. My uncle grew them in his orchard. Engineer Ari took a juicy bite out of a shiny green apple. The color reminded him of Jesse. Jesse's train engine was bright green. Ari wondered if Jesse was still angry. Shana Tova, Happy New Year, called Engineer Ari, steaming out of the station. He tugged the whistle cord. Toot, toot! The train chug-a-lugged past palm trees and prickly pear cactus. A beekeeper looked up from her honeycombs to wave. At the next station, a boy lifted a crate filled with jars and brought it to the platform. Are you going to Jerusalem? He asked, holding up a jar. Please take my mother's honey with you so the children of Jerusalem can dip apples in honey on Rosh Hashanah. Engineer Ari smiled at the thought of the sweet, sticky honey, but the golden color reminded him of Nathaniel. Nathaniel's train engine was sunny yellow. Ari worried that he had hurt Nathaniel's feelings. Shana Tova, Happy New Year, called Engineer Ari, steaming out of the station. He tugged the whistle cord. Toot, toot! The train chug-a-lugged towards gray foothills. Farmers waved from their wheat fields. At the next station, a baker and his son hurried out of the crowd carrying large sacks. The sweet smell of fresh bread filled the air. What smells so good? Asked Engineer Ari. My son and I have baked loaves of round challah, said the baker. Please bring them to Jerusalem for Rosh Hashanah. Engineer Ari thought about Jessie again. She loved the smell of fresh bread. Ari wished he had not bragged to his friends. Shana Tova, Happy New Year, called Engineer Ari, steaming out of the station. He tugged the whistle cord. Toot, toot! The train chug-a-lugged into a narrow canyon and began to climb slowly as the tracks curved through steep hills. A shepherd tended his flock. One ram had long, curled horns. The ram looked up and let out a loud baa. At the next station, a boy carrying a large basket on his head walked towards the tracks. He took a shofar out of the basket and blew a strong, deep note. My family makes these shofars from ram's horns. Please bring them to Jerusalem so people can announce the new year. Engineer Ari thought about Nathaniel. If Nathaniel had heard the shofar, he would have pulled his train's whistle cord to make the same sounds. He wondered how he could apologize to his friends. Shana Tova, Happy New Year, called Engineer Ari, steaming out of the station. He tugged the whistle cord. Toot, toot! The train chug-a-lugged higher and higher, past olive groves and underground springs. Finally, it reached a plateau. I can see the Jordan River from here, said Engineer Ari with excitement. He added sadly, I wish Nathaniel and Jessie were here too. Before he knew it, the great, walled city of Jerusalem appeared in the distance. Engineer Ari pulled into the station. The train hissed to a stop. A crowd of people cheered. Children surrounded the train, climbing into the caboose and cab. They lifted out the Rosh Hashanah treats. Engineer Ari hardly noticed. He was thinking about his friends. I hurt Jessie and Nathaniel's feelings when I bragged, he thought. On Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, we apologize for our mistakes. We do tshuva. Tshuva means turning ourselves around and promising to do better. Engineer Ari gathered an apple, a jar of honey, a challah, and a shofar for each of his friends. He patted the train's boiler again and said, I need to turn you around so we can steam back to Jaffa. I want to find Jesse and Nathaniel and say, I am sorry. I want to do tshuva. Shana Tova, Happy New Year, called Engineer Ari, steaming out of the station. He tugged the whistle cord. Toot toot!
What a fun story, everyone. Now can we all stand up? And who can jump so high? And clap so loud? Torah, 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 Tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Tziva lanu Moshe. Morah Kehilat Yaakov, Morah Kehilat Yaakov, Morah Kehilat Yaakov, Torah Tziva lanu Moshe. Great job, everyone. Now let's sit down. Now can you all show us your quietest fingers? Twinkle, twinkle, kochavim, way up in the shamayim. If we say Shema tonight, everything will be alright. Twinkle, twinkle, kochavim, way up in the shamayim. Now let's all cover our eyes for Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantan levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'alechtecha v'aderech u'v'shavtecha u'kumecha u'kshartam liot al yadecha v'hayu letotefot b'neinecha u'tavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha. Do-do-do-do. Do you think she's sleeping, guys? Look at all the sleeping children sleeping until noon. Come, let us wake them with a merry tune. They're so still, are they ill? Wake up, little children, hop, hop, hop. Wake up, little children, hop, hop, hop. Wake up, little children, hop, hop, hop. Hop and stop. Let's all stand up. I've got that Shabbos feeling up in my head, up in my head, up in my head. I've got that Shabbos feeling up in my head, up in my head today. I've got that Shabbos feeling deep in my heart, deep in my heart, deep in my heart. I've got that Shabbos feeling deep in my heart, deep in my heart today. I've got that Shabbos feeling out in my hands, out in my hands, out in my hands. I've got that Shabbos feeling out in my hands, out in my hands today. I've got that Shabbos feeling down in my toes, down in my toes, down in my toes. I've got that Shabbos feeling down in my toes, down in my toes today. Good Shabbos, everyone. We'll see you next week for Pre-Shabbos Circle Time. Kayla and I had a little secret that we wanted to share with you before the end of Circle Time this week.
Yeah.
And that is coming up very soon. We are going to have a
Cookie party!
We are going to have a very special Rosh Hashanah
Cookie party!
bake and sing along. And we are going to make these delicious honey cookies. Kayla, do you want to try a honey cookie so everyone can
eat
see
it all?
how good they are?
Yeah.
Say your bracha. Amen. Do you think you would like to make some honey cookies with us? So stay tuned because we are going to have a fun honey cookie bake together.